I've done a number of videos on Kevin O'Leary, and one question that I asked was, has he destroyed his credibility? Many people said, did he have any to begin with?
I'll never forget, I landed in Los Angeles, and there was a driver with a sign there, for people coming out of the baggage claim, and it said Mr. Wonderful on it. And I walked up to him and I said, you know my name? He said, yeah, you're Mr. Wonderful. I said, no, my real name. He said, no, everybody knows you as Mr. Wonderful. Is that good enough? I said, yeah, I guess so.
Let's look at Kevin O'Leary before FTX, and let's look at Kevin O'Leary after FTX. And here's Kevin O'Leary before meeting Sam Bankman-Fried and before becoming a promoter of FTX.
Wealth, this is according to Oxfam, of the world's 85 richest people is equal to the 3.5 billion poorest people.
It's fantastic. And this is a great thing because it inspires everybody, gets the motivation to look up to the 1% and say, I want to become one of those people. I'm going to fight hard to get up to the top. This is fantastic news, and of course I applaud it.
Get back to why don't the big guys crush you like the cockroaches you are? You're an accountant. This is a very bad idea, and it's very broken as a business model, and I know why, and you don't seem to want to accept it. I can't make any money here, so I'm out. They could crush you like the vampire cockroach you are in 2 seconds. What stops somebody who actually knows how to make shirts and deliver them, do this and make a lot of money and crush you like the cockroach that you are?
Okay, first of all, I'm not a cockroach.
Mr. Wonderful, I can't work with you.
Why not?
The structure's actually quite good.
What's the person?
It's the person. I feel like I would take an offer from anybody besides Mr. Wonderful.
Manish, you're a get the out of here.
Oh! Okay, well, are you all out?
You.
Now, this doesn't do anything to help us decipher whether Kevin O'Leary is actually a great investor. That is a deeper look, which I'm certainly happy to do. But you know who Kevin O'Leary actually does remind me of?
Well, that was terrible as well. That whole audition was something I would expect to hear outside Magic Mountain at Disney.
Victor, you are a terrible singer, you are a terrible dancer, you have no charisma.
Nothing like a good spanky.
Horrendous.
That's right, he reminds me of Simon Cowell. It's pretty clear to me, looking at Shark Tank and Dragon's Den and some of his earlier shows, Kevin O'Leary is clearly kind of bought in to have a harsh reaction towards people. It certainly worked with American Idol, and let's face it, it's worked with Shark Tank. Here's a few comments on a YouTube video about Kevin O'Leary before FTX. Let me go ahead and show you the transition from Kevin O'Leary not liking crypto to liking crypto.
You went from Charlie Munger's view on Bitcoin to Michael Saylor's view on Bitcoin. Did that conversion coincide with the 15 million that you got from FTX?
It is a useless currency. It is a useless currency. That's what I believe. I mean, look, I'm not, I realize people have different opinions, but to me, it's garbage. When people actually put real money into this, they make no interest. They can't pay their taxes with it. The regulators don't like it, which is always a problem for compliance. And where's the long-term value? Just this idea that they're going to cut the number of units in half. That's such a scam. That's just totally BS.
Mr. Wonderful thinks it's worthless.
Well,
he called it garbage this morning.
I want to explore the idea. I did say that. It's worthless. I believe that.
I read 20% of your worth is in crypto now, or your investments.
Yeah, I've got 32 different positions on.
So I'm an advocate of this because I think the productivity available in crypto and particularly payment systems looks extraordinary.
And so I'm investing privately in these things. I'm an investor in FTX. I have to disclose I'm a paid spokesperson for FTX as well, along with Tom Brady. That's a good crew to be with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so it's fun. And I believe in what they're doing. And so, there's nothing wrong with owning some Bitcoin. I think it's like owning a building. It goes up in value.
Someone flipping their opinion about how they feel about crypto, no surprise. I've been seeing this happen for years now, so it is what it is. But now, what about Kevin O'Leary after he became a paid spokesman of FTX? More so recently with the collapse of FTX, this is where things, I would say, started to slide downward quickly.
How much money would you say would it take for you to say yes to a product you have zero belief in? Like, at what point do we say no to a sponsorship?
First of all, the Kevin O'Leary that was.
I almost had to take a Twitter break.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So to blame Binance for FTX's demise is almost unconscionable. I don't know how you, from a purely unbiased standpoint, get there. And then it turns out he took $15 million from FTX.
Michael,
right, he took $15 million from FTX.
He is an actor.
Yeah.
He's an actor. He's been given a script, okay, by the government. Here's what you say.
So is this a good look or a bad look for Kevin, the position he's taking?
I think he's protecting himself.
Okay.
I think he looks like a lobbyist.
Okay. So, I don't think that's a good look. I don't think that's a good look for Kevin. Kevin has had his brand, what he's done, where he's been, tied to however many years on what's that show? Shark Tank. And by the way, I think he carries the weight on that show, and I think everybody was.
The number one guy on Shark Tank.
But you know how they say TNT, NBA on TNT, who's the main guy that really changed that? It's Charles Barkley, right? And I think for that, he's the Charles Barkley of Shark Tank.
$15 million to one influencer who will remain nameless that everybody knows. And
I think that was a bad look.
And here's a few comments about Kevin O'Leary on a YouTube video after the collapse of FTX. Well, you've seen what seems to be some sort of transition, what was and what now is. There certainly has been a change. Now, I actually think people in Canada probably have the best idea of what Mr. Wonderful's image truly has been over time. Plain and simple, this whole thing has made people feel different about Kevin O'Leary. I will tell you this, in America at least, you can say this is the home of second chances. I don't truly know if the name Mr. Wonderful is going away anytime soon. What's your thoughts? Do you think Kevin O'Leary is pretty much done for? Or is it just a bad look right now? Will this get put behind him and he will maintain the name Mr. Wonderful?